Hey, it's welcome, episode 5.6 of Tripura Farm, Project Zomboid. So, last time we got the shop more or less squared away. I like it the way it is. There's some finished work to be done inside, do the floor and so on. But, for the most part, the shop is a functional space now that we can use. And I love, love, love that we've got everything organized into containers that we know where they are and so come back from a run and we know exactly where to put stuffs and things. So that's good. I like that. It's 1600. It's time to go grab some sleep, and I think we're gonna jump into the animal pens outside. Starting to go through some of the esoteric stuff in the fridge and the freezer. Tater tots, I think, was last time. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh, chicken feet, of course. Gotta grab the chicken feet. Let's grab French fry. I'm guessing we just stick these in the oven. And 10 each. $13, yeah. Let's see here. What do we need? We need 29s. That's going to be all three of these. Boom. I like it. 1700. We still got a little bit of daylight. Let's just use that to top off my water. And then go over to the animal pen and I think rabbits. I think we're getting ready to move rabbits over. Let's take a look and reevaluate that. See if that's still the way I want to go. I think so. Landscaping to be done for sure. Yeah, these tiles right here, that might be the, let me see what the, yeah, I could lift these tiles up. It would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get 12 of those for lifting that up. I think it would probably look a little screwy over here, but make a little bit of a floor in the shop area with those. Otherwise, we just need to start looking for tile floors out in houses and shops and things like that. Bring them back here and drop them down. That's the way to do it, since I don't have masonry skills, and it looks to me like getting that leveled up is sort of a pain. Not a lot of return right now, since it looks like there's not a lot of content in masonry. We've got these 3 fences. I want to see if we can use those. took them off of the garden area using the all doors are yours mod. So hopefully we can just place it in that opening. Oh, 2 hinges. Do we have any hinges there? No. Don't forget to install the door you took off. You'll need a couple hinges. I like that mod that just lets you take doors off their hinges and walk away with them in your inventory. So you find a nice metal door or something in a building or an office, or a door that you really like on a house or something. You just take it off and take it home and put it on. Since we're so limited in what we can make, I mean, all we can do is make a door that looks like it was made by somebody with a hammer and some nails. Nope. Yeah, I think we're going to need, so there's going to be a post or something right there. This has to attach to, or a door frame. Let's pick up some metal here. Well, actually, let's just take a look at building under welding. Metal wire fence gate. Yeah, once we install a metal wire fence gate, I suspect we can take the door of it off and put a different door on, but I suspect that that's basically the door frame, in quotes, and the door itself all is one. So welding torch, which it says we don't have anyways. You can tell I really came prepared for this job. Let's unpack one of those, since you don't believe I have one. And let's unpack a welding torch, since you don't believe I have one. And unfavorite this, because you apparently can't see things when they're favorited. Unfavorite welding rods. And 2 iron pipe. Scrap metal. And scrap metal and a wire. Really? Oh. Apparently my hand twitched at the last second. So, here we go. Wire and scrap metal, which I still have one of, a scrap metal and 2 iron pipes. Right here. There it is. Oh, we got some extra welding XP. That's why I did it. Yeah, that's totally why I did it. Alright. Go, and let's get rid of this one. Oh, that's right. I couldn't figure out how to get rid of them. Couldn't just assemble them. I mean, I guess I could sledgehammer it, but, you know, let's just do it like this. Let's just do it like that. I'm looking forward to getting this pen out of here so that we have this wide open space, make a road down the middle of this. So we can access all the pens from a central road. Oh, we've got blanks down here. Let me take a look at... Oh, so welding rods goes back in our bag. See if I have what we need. Oh, because I don't have nails. We're going to have to come back. We need to get out here and fix the gravel driveway soon. Alright, iron pipe. Oh, hatchet. Oh, yeah, right, here we go. Iron pipe. It's going in here. Wire in here. 4 hinges for sure. So we'll just hold on the inventory, head on up and get some sleep. Down, grab some nails, go back out and get a trough built, and we'll also need the stuff for a large watering trough. We can use them. Okay. So, nails. Some of those. Got those 2 planks already. We've got, what's it going to take to build that? Build that watering trough. Four steel sheets and welding rods and torch, which we have. So 4 steel sheets. I think this is going to be one of the last episodes. I think this is going to be the last episode, I should say, before Chapter 6 starts. And Chapter 6 is going to be going ahead and going down to the military checkpoint and starting to sanitize that a bit. Because right now it's a little crazy down there. Door here for this need to make. Good morning. Oh, I need to go grab a couple door hinges and a knob. Drop those boards up here. May or may not have an affinity for Humvees. Let's grab, but we need 2 hinges. The doorknob. And all we have left in the main pen, well, you know what, that's not true. We have rabbits, sheep, and the pigs in the main pen. And I think the sheep are going to get their own special area since he likes to do his thing. So I'm thinking that this is going to be pigs down here, and this will go ahead and be rabbits. And then we'll figure out how we're going to take care of the sheep. Personally, I think a baseball bat would be the way to do it, but you know. Go ahead and make a door here. How are you doing this morning? Go. Clean this area up a little bit. I don't know who was here last, but boy, they sure left a mess. Dump that back. And we need to bring some water back out here, so we'll grab a watering can, put a little bit of water in that container. I'm just going to dump that wood right here because it's close. Got a bucket here, that'll do too. Cows won't mind if we borrow a little bit of their water. Yeah, animals don't leave their zone, right? Except when they do. Except when they walk right out of it. Like they just don't care. Alright. So that's how it's going to be, is it? Why we're looking forward to being able to access all these pens from the front. Walk around that corner. No, you're not going to do that again. Oh, you just walked. There we go. You do that. Well, that was a short-lived visit. Texas. Holstein bull. Holstein bull. Alright, I think it's time to butcher one of those two. Let's 'em. 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 ' Pick up those nails before they eat them. Have the room for that. Oh, not with that bucket in my hands. Oh, that's all right. We're going to take the bucket, bring it over here, drop the water in. At this point, since we can't actually see how we can use this wicket, let's see if we can. Oh yeah, no 30. We don't have any trash cans that can take that. I'll have to bring a dumpster here. We've got one trip left. We'll come back with a bag of feed. Put that in the trough. And it is a very, very small area for opening and closing the door. It's so easy to walk past it and have to go back. Alright, I've got to drop these planks off, go back, grab a bag of feed, put that in the trough, and then, you know what, we'll grab all these grass clippings and we'll take those over, put those in instead of feed. From what I've seen, the animals in this game just barely eat. Keeping them fed is like a non-issue. Just fill the trough up with grass clippings and you're good until you quit this game and move to another country. All right. That was barely any. 10.8. So we can carry 400 grass clippings, more or less. 300 grass clippings. Something tells me we've got a few over here. I put them in the composter, but they don't appear to compost, so we'll give them to the rabbits instead. There we are, 333 of 91 kilograms. That will last them for a very long time. Let's create a zone over here called rabbits. I'm having to keep it one space short because otherwise the zones merge. But that will merge with the other chickens, so we'll pull it one short. Go ahead and rename that. Cows. Oh, 48 because I was able to go all the way to the edge because there wasn't a zone to this side of them, right? That's why it's bigger. It's unfortunate that you can't pick up multiple animals if they are small enough. He's only taken up 19 encumbrance. Apparently we are raising chunky rabbits. Whenever you're in the pen, keep an eye on the sheep. The ram will try to ram you, and it's painful. Figured that out. I got 2 decent injuries from it, which required suturing. There's the third one. There it is. Now we're just talking about kittens, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. And many. Check the pregnancy status of each of these does. Pregnant, no. Alright, except that I know I brought 3 rabbits in here, so what has happened to the other rabbit? Now we have 2 rabbits in here. Because they're able to leave the zone, so they're able to go walk along this edge, and then they're no longer in the zone. And yep. And you can't expand the zone once you've made it, so you can't make one and then expand it and it doesn't join because you're expanding something you already made. And you can't expand it, you can't just make it to fill this up because then it becomes part of this zone here. Yep. And then one drops off because they just walked off, and now 3 are on. Yeah. Alright, well, the 3 females weren't pregnant, so I'm guessing that the 4th isn't as well. Gestation period is probably pretty short, and we took all the boys out of the pen. So here's where we can see gender. So we've got a male. Boy, this is going to be really... they just need to give so much more information on this. This is going to be really painful to look at each one, find the females, move them over there, leave the males. Nope, not two left. They just keep increasing, probably because they're up here in that dead zone at the end of the pen. That camera got up and close on him. Look at those pores. About to lose the light. That's good, because I think that we are on the last one. He's now vanished because he walked up here into the dead zone, I think. Come on. We have this one left. Alright, well, we're going to come back for it. They're all babies at this point anyway, so we're not going to have any breeding just yet. Last thing I'm going to do is check the chicken hutch, make sure it's cleaned out. Leave that bucket out so that it can fill up. Get hutch info. And you can see the amount of eggs, and you can go to crop roosting to see how, wow, dirty it is. It is dirty, dirty, dirty. All right. So what we have back here is, of course, the bucket. We're going to grab that. And then the other thing is going to be a dish towel, mop, broom. Get a dish towel here. Steal some more water from the cows. I think we use about 0.4 liters, 400 mil. Watch out. But it needs to have a bucket. Come in with water bottle and think it's going to work out. And what I'm noticing is that the hutch is getting these white stains up on the roof. It seems to be an indication of how dirty it is. Let's check that out as we clean it and see if that actually does the job. Go here to the crop roosting and clean. Speed up time. And nope, it still looks messy on top, even though it's cleaned out inside. Hello. Good evening, morning, day. We'll empty out these boxes as long as we're here. Another 35 eggs in the fridge. Henrietta is happy, healthy, well-fed. All is well with Henrietta. How are you today? Leave up here on the shelf the water bucket and the towel. Five eggs. So now we've got 195 eggs, which, given current egg prices, that's a retirement plan right there. We're set. Tomorrow's going to be some landscaping, some cleaning up the property, maybe gathering up those twigs and branches and whatnot. We are getting pretty close to the conclusion of this and starting chapter 6, going up to the military checkpoint. It's going to be a whole lot of cracking skulls. This area needs to be landscaped. I like the, I'm guessing they're supposed to be cherry trees. Liking the look of those, and it's coming up into March. So actually we're coming up into planting season rather. In fact, wow, planting season starts tomorrow for some stuff. Ooh, okay. Well, I guess we just switched priorities. Let's go up and clean out the garden area. Start getting that ready. I think we're probably going to give up on these sunflowers that are still not dead and yet still are not. Now they say destroyed, so they gave up at some point. Could have been when I was putting the freight containers in here and I drove over them. I use bikini tools, which gives us some area effect stuff. We can go in, cut grass and the shrubbery, remove in a small area, which is going to be about 6x6, 12x12 rather, centered on you. Great to use up some of the ludicrous amount of fertilizer that we've been accumulating. One drawback to these containers is they're essentially cars. They're essentially vehicles as far as the game is concerned. And so they don't go transparent when you walk behind them. But once you drop them in place, you can't actually see what's behind them anymore. Space does become pretty dead to you in terms of visibility. Need to go look in the mods and see if somebody made like a little razor or a side-by-side ute or something like that. That would be perfect for the ramp, for the farm, driving around. Short wheelbase, short turning radius. Ability to carry, 50 kilos or something. Otherwise, bring a Dash Rancher back. I think that's a pretty small vehicle. So cargo room in the back would probably work just fine for us. These troughs can hold so much food, and the animals eat so little. Good morning. How are you doing today? Yeah, different style of gameplay for sure. And they added so much ranching and farming. I'm not sure that Project Zomboid knows whether it wants to be a zombie game or a long-term survival game or a hardcore Farmville, but it's fun. Stardew Valley with zombies. All right, a couple trips left, I think. Need to chop down a couple more bushes, bring a few more resources out of there, some planks and stuff. And then we need to get out here with a shovel and start looking at expanding this out to the fence edge. I'm thinking we'll just probably bring, let me see. So this will be path just like this one. Burrows, path, burrows, path. That doesn't really quite work out. So we keep this burrows up around the edge. We're going to end up with a double path somewhere, which is fine, I guess. Or we'll just go 2 rows. We'll go double row of furrows on the end or something like that. Also, we need to go ahead and kill all these useless log piles. They're just there for RP at this point. Cleaned up. A few more grass clippings we'll take down to the animal pens. I left a wire there. So the gravel obviously gets damaged. I'm wondering if it self-heals. Well, probably not. We recently learned how to make fire-hardened spears, so that'll be one of the things we'll take a look at, is turning all those spears into fire-hardened. See if they're worth anything more than regular spears, which at this point in this game are just stupid fragile. I am absolutely a spear kind of player. And they're just so useless so far to me. Stardew Valley, Hardcore Zombie Edition. If you have the spade in your hand, you can go here and go to shovel, pick up dung. You get a big green box. But you see how long it takes? I think that it's just faster to walk around. can just do take all because it's so instant. Oops. Don't do that next to the feed thing. Yeah, we don't want to take the feed away. If you ever come across a salt lick, it's purely RP from what I can see, and it's heavy. Don't make the mistake I made, pick it up and bring it home and then realize it's completely useless and you just threw 20 kilograms of encumbrance away for however long you had to walk it. Once you start putting dung in the composters, oh boy, fertilizer for days. I've got 4 composters. I could probably build another 4. Chatty folks this morning, but everybody's short term. Hit and run. I put some sacks up here. Yeah, I did. When you reach 10 butchering, or any point along that line, how do you not start getting bacon from the pigs? I can see getting pork chops or pork loin or something like that, but there should be bacon. it would appear that compost bins continue to accumulate compost even when they reach 100% capacity. So if it's at 100 and you pull out a bag, it's not going to be, I think it's one bag is 10%. So you pull out a bag from a composter that's full and it's not going to be at 90%. It's going to be more than 90, depending on how much had accumulated other than the 100. So in theory, these are just continuing to pile up. I have no idea what the upper limit is. Could be infinite. Could they just keep processing and eventually you've got 200%, 300% compost in a bin? I don't think that's the case, but could be. Further testing required. If he hasn't been attacking us, the ram hasn't been attacking us. I'm guessing that he may only attack when he's stressed, and that he's settled down now, but I just don't know for sure. Keep an eye on him, unless you want to be suturing yourself in the barnyard. I think we've got things pretty well cleaned up here. Definitely got some pig butchering to do soon. But in the meantime, it is February 28th, so let's finish up in the garden. Let's finish getting the garden ready to go. I don't have any room for this dung, so we'll just drop it here along with all the other dung. There should be a scent moodle over here, shouldn't there? Dude, it's terrible. Take this double out. Start looking at what our options are for making these paths. I think it's going to be under construction probably. Gravel floor, but it doesn't tell us what category that's in. Metal. And I wonder if we can place a sand floor on a second floor, like putting down wooden floor. It's basically just floors are just each independent of the other floors. I wonder if you can just be laying sand floating up in the air as a floor that you can walk around on. Well, let's just put furrows down and we'll come back and put paths in later. Good morning, everybody. I think those sticks and stuff are on the other side of the fence. So I think that this would be the edge of the garden. We'll probably run well, I don't want to run a fence back here. I want to be able to bring another freight container in, but actually, you know, the best way to do that's probably going to be to knock out some fence over here and just put a gate in. So we'll do that. We'll put a gate there, a big wide wooden gate, and then we'll run a fence up this corner right here. And so this will be the pathway right at the edge of it. This area will be for more freight containers into the shop area. That will be our last furrow, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 per. If only it were this easy in real life. Just won't put a furrow there. Click, click, click. Okay. There we go. Look for destroyed farming none. I was driving around back here putting those containers in place and so on. So my guess is that these are showing me pieces of used to be furrows that I drove over and destroyed. You can hear a noise when you drive over farmland. So I'm guessing it shows levels of degradation. First you'd have like a full furrow, and then it would become less and less, like you can see over here. And so after this stage, I guess is probably just grass, but it's not plantable until you come here and destroy it. What do you think? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 with one on each end? Or just have this odd double in here and come back in creative probably and brush this into a path like they did here if I can't find a way to make it in game. See, if I did that, this would be furrow, furrow, path, furrow, furrow, path, furrow, furrow, path, furrow, furrow, path. Yeah, I like that. I can come back and repaint. We're using good IPM pest strategies here. Cover crops down the center, grass cover crops in between the rows. You know, from what I've seen so far of the Zomboid developers, that's exactly the sort of thing they might model in would be complementary crops or IPM crops that discourage certain types of pests. Oh, wait a minute. So if this is a fence, and to follow our standard here of having it all the way around the outside edge, this would be, yeah, so that would be nice and symmetrical, actually. This would be the first row, so this would be furrows all the way up here. How about that drip irrigation mod, huh? I presume this will turn back into grass, but we'll come in and paint these correctly so that there's paths all the way around. There we go. We'll have furrows all the way around the outside edge, one on each end, and then some doubles down the middle. And we are ready for March 1st, which is the beginning of the planting. Some things, although I'm thinking I'm not going to touch anything plant related until we see falling, so that first rainstorm waters everything for us right off the bat. Because watering that area is going to be ludicrous. I'm going to have to go check and see if there's a drip irrigation mod for 42. Some more calories, so we'll take a fish fillet up with us. We have a shortage of those. 14 encumbrance. That's a lot of fish. Slice these in half. With what can I craft? I'll show you the halve fillet, but can't do it when it's frozen, so obviously I have to wait for that to thaw. I don't think I have any fish in the fridge ready to go in. Freezer, we have some room. That's good. That one's 0.98, so what we'll just do is thaw this one out, and obviously to do that quick, since our oven can hold it, we'll just throw it in the oven. This goes fast, so don't speed up time too much. Grab it, don't eat that. Now it's 123 hunger. Put one of those two in the freezer. That's going to be 61 after cooking, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 75. All right, 80, we can take 74. So that's great. That's perfect. With that entire thing, that's going to be a huge chunk of calories. This bar is about to get much, much greener. Boom! Well, there we go. Welcome to March 1st. Carrots and onions are good in March. Looking at the list over here. That I'm not going to plant just yet, not until we have rain coming down. But let's go take an evaluation of what seeds we actually have, because I've just been sort of throwing them in some boxes. Flax, gotta love flax. Boy, that produces thread like crazy. Definitely gonna plant that. All right, well, there we go. There is our comprehensive list of seeds. What did I say? And carrot and onions, both green in March on this list I'm looking at. So carrot seeds. Doesn't look like it. Onions, a yes. All right. Well, onion's going to be a yes. I think they come like 5 seeds per pack or something like that. So we'll actually have somewhere around 15 onions. I'm not going to plant all of any of the seeds that we have because not reading anything good about agriculture so far. Let's take stuff. We've got 50 in one and 66 in the other. Yeah, boy, it's definitely all about the tools and stuff like that that weighs a lot. And these fertilizer bags, these are huge. So let's put tools in the bottom, which ironically is the top, and the top is the bottom. So let's go from this one. Let's put tools and stuff down in the other. All these handles actually are pretty easy because these shouldn't even be here. All of our broken pieces, hammer heads, axe heads, things like that, are going up here on the top. Right here, which is going to be that handle that was broken that didn't actually get its way here yet. So now these other bins, there's all the handles. What the difference between fertilizer and compost bag are. I wonder if they both treat the same amount. All right, so this is our Family Feud box. Things you would find in bags, apparently, or boxes. Will include all of the seeds. This other one is tools and implements you'd hold in your hand. Broken handle up here. I think this can be whittled down to a small handle. Yeah. It's one of those rainy day projects. And then a ball peen hammer. All the tools go out here in the end, except We already have a ball peen hammer. We do. So this is, I'm just keeping one of each tool in here. If I ever see two like this, grab one. Those. And put these over in the deep storage, the bin of stuff, whetstones, we use those up. So I'll leave that. And welding torches, we use those up pretty quickly. This bin is all about the having one of every tool on hand, so when we're fabricating stuff right here, every tool we could want is within reach. So it'll let us go ahead and do the fabrication without having to go get stuff. Bin is tools. Bin next to us is tool weapons. The gravel we laid made a nice clean edge, and otherwise you get this fuzzy edge. Now I got a facial tick. I'm looking at this like, now we got to go and pull all that up. Cross cuttings, this is done, except for fencing along that edge, which I'm just going to leave for right now. Let's get rid of these log piles because they're just silly. I'm going to need a sledgehammer. I don't think I'm carrying one around anymore. I had real hopes when I saw these bundles of logs. I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, we can... Sure, that's going to produce a lot of planks. No, it's just a container. And I got to add a dasher launcher to the to-do list so that we can grab one next time I see it. Done. Good morning. Good morning. I think it's super terrible that they put dog houses in the game, but no dogs. Dogs disapprove of that strenuously. You're not going to let me destroy that because it's right next to the compost bin. not sure why they don't give us access to the same build tools they use. They can build a fence, we should be able to build exactly the same fence, walls, whatever. There's one thing about 7 Days to Die that I enjoy. It's to basically build anything that they can. Moving these compost bins, boy, that's going to be some work. Emptying them out is going to be a huge undertaking. That's 10 bags of compost at a minimum, plus whatever else is accumulated in there. So let's just call it 15 bags. I don't think I've seen 15 bags yet in the game. There's 6. I've got another 5 in here, so 11. And I have no idea how fast we're going to use this up once we actually plant crops in these. But, boy, it better be quick, otherwise we're going to be drowning in fertilizer. I'm so ready to start whittling handles and stuff like that. We've got so much wood stored up. It was an unfortunate place to put that grave. I need to see if there's a way to disappear that. Quick trip out to bring back a dumpster would be in order. We need to have a large capacity trash can on the property, and we don't currently, so jumping in the Humvee and going out and finding a dumpster or two to bring back. Top off the gas while we're out. I need to throw these fence gates away. 1850 hours. Stats are good. You know, let's take the dump truck, because on the off chance we see a rancher, bring it back with us.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what? There'll be some dumpsters over at Four Corners. Right here, there'll be at least one or two sprinkled around there. Road's starting to look a little rough. Oh, yeah, I should have brought the generator for that gasoline I was talking about. Zoink. I have to just bring a generator here and leave it. So there's one dumpster. I like the look of the red ones as much as I like the blue, but I'll take one of these just because it's so easy to get to for us. There's a pair of blue ones over behind Spiffos. Musical instrument weapon. You know, I hope that there's a guitar noise every time you hit a Zed in the face with a guitar. It's just gotta be, right? What a golden opportunity that would be. We'd miss. Pick up either one of those. What are they, 20 each? 30 each? 40? Oval outdoor lamp. Oh, I took the lamp off the back of the building instead of the dumpster the first time I clicked. That's alright, we need some lamps anyways. I think that's a great idea. We'll bring a few more back with me. Alright, 30 each. We can do that. Oof. Could have brought the Humvee. You get that down under 32. Here, pot in the bag. I need to pick that up. 5. So just got room to grab one of those recycle bins if we see one. Check behind bargain clothes. The last time I was through here, I pulled all the Zeds up to the northeast corner. So, yeah, nothing there. So the Spiffos, unfortunately, would be a fight that I'm just not willing to do. We'll just have to take the red one and go home if it's over here like I think it's going to. Yeah. Yeah, you can see where I pulled them all last time. Well, let's check the car dealership then. They might. Nope. And no rancher. So. Disappointed in that car dealership. Didn't have anything interesting. Keeping out for the cones. They mark our driveway. Where to put the dumpster? Seriously, I got to use the guitar at least once just to hear if they gave it a unique sound effect. That would be just so much fun. That container is full, full, full. Okay. Not even a single garbage bag. 10 sacks in here. Oof. Haven't seen those. Excellent. All right, we have seen 15 sacks. Happy to be wrong about that one. Go check the weather report for tomorrow. See if we've got rain coming soon. Start getting the Oshkosh ready for the expedition up to the military checkpoint. Doesn't look good for rain. I don't think I've washed in months. Nice chilly morning. We're outside, 16 degrees. Wash everything, walk around in wet clothes. What could go wrong? If it's like -10 outside, all your clothes dry faster. At least they have no more liquid water in them. How about up here for now? Let's see how we like it. It's easy enough to move. That gives us capacity of 39. Throw things away, which is good because we're going to go ahead and get rid of these gates. 30 each. And the way you do that is you just put something in a trash. It won't fit in such a small space. Oh, the mod won't let you put it in a container. Period. These could exist forever now. You can't put them back in a frame because the frame doesn't exist. You can't demo it with the sledgehammer because it's not actually an installed item, I'll bet. Let's try and drop it. Destroy. Yeah, it's not a constructed item, so it's not going to show up on the destroy. And we can't... Yep, these are going to exist forever until I drop in debug mode and disappear them, which I'm sure there's a way to do. Okay, well, if they're going to exist forever, let's at least go put them somewhere where they're not in the way. Up on the roof of the animal pens. Almost looked like we meant to do that. People will say, what? What's that thing you built up there? Just smile knowingly and say, yeah. That's a secret technique. Put it over here. Yeah, that looks kind of like we meant to do it. These are 6 deep. I think we can easily bring them down to 8 deep. Look nice. So it just drops it wherever. That's fine. So I think we actually do have what we need to move a compost bin. It's going to be good because, let me see here. If we go 8, then that's going to bring that on that line right here. And that gives us a walkway along there and a fence along the front of this coming down to meet up with that corner, I think it does. Yep. All right, so we'll run a fence down along here. Hit that corner right there. Have a walkway inside and bring these all the way up. It means moving compost, which means moving that to... This fence is going to be right here, so this is going to be the front area. I think the compost bin is like 4 planks. 4 planks, 4 nails. Take these sacks. We can actually put compost directly in a compost bin. It's going to be handy. Although, we'll only be able to put in 100%, I'll bet you. So you are going to lose some bags in this exchange. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like that. We've got 4 right now. I think 5 would be plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this is at 100%, but we're going to take 10%. There'll be 90 left, except there's not, still 100. So they keep adding to this even once they reach 100. There's not going to be 10 bags in here. There's going to be, well, we don't even know. Wow. Apparently the cap is okay, so now we're finally starting to actually take take it down some. We can go and we can actually add compost. But you know what? That's a terrible use. Well, except it gives us our bag back. That's why. Which if we're going to actually empty one of these things out, we're going to need a bag. Keep looking up there. Why? I don't know. This is back to 100%. Oh boy. And we were just at like 97 and we took 10 and now we're 93 and now we're 93. This is filling as fast as I'm taking. This is filling as fast as I'm taking stuff out. Oh boy. And we're back to 100%. Yeah. Okay. You see how that's going to go. Well, this is 90% full now, so let's add one more bag. Yeah, and we don't get the option to add more. So you can add up to 100, or if it composts itself, you get, oh, I don't even know what the top limit is. We should probably look at this encumbrance. It's probably dropping as we do this. So either this stuff is already composted and it's just waiting for there to be space, or the underlying mechanic, more testing. Compost bag, let's say we used 20% of it, maybe 25. But we can compost before we actually put crops in. Yeah, 50%. So we're using a quarter of it each time. Let's see if Bikini Tools offers a chance, an option for doing this more efficiently. It says water plants. I think their tooltips are messed up in this. It's chopped trees in an area around you should obviously be one of these other ones. We enabled farmer. Let's see if it now still says see a difference. Well, it'd be great if they offered the ability to automatically fertilize. Doing all these by hand is going to kind of suck, but there it is. Yeah, look at that. It's dropping down as we take stuff out. I'm posting right in front of us. So I'm guessing what happens is these compost slowly over time, or if this is full, then they continue their compost timers, but there's nowhere for it to go. So now as you empty it out, it just continues to, it refills it immediately because this stuff's compost timer's already expired. I'm betting that we could take compost from this all the way down until this shows 0 encumbrance. And that's when we'll actually start removing the compost from here and getting down below 100%. Now we found stuff that either the compost timer hasn't expired on it. For some reason they stopped. I would really like it, developers, if the add compost was just like the add water. You could just click this and then... Oh, thank you. So much easier. Second one on the first double row. You can pour twice on the same plot. 2 left on the second from the left. Oh, it let us over encumber. We could just keep doing this until we're buried under bags of compost. This one has been done. But we can't actually see any info on that plot, so we can't see if it's watered or anything like that. Which means we can't see the level of compost we can add it. We can't see, like, with water, is it well watered, poorly watered, and so on. Let's go ahead and just finish off this bag. Oh, we're still over encumbered. Right. Well, let's dump these bags right here. This one being basically empty. 49 worth of stuff in it though, yeah. Make new ones and then deplete these over time. Or, yeah, what else to do? They're just going to be in the way for now. They'll be on that walkway, so that's not terribly bad. They're not on the plants. 6, 7. Well, I was going to go 8, but the 8th will be a walkway. 2, 3, 4, 7. No, 8. The outer edge will be plants as well, or it's a walk. Yeah. This one right here. Grab a pork steak for dinner, pork chop. We want something for prime cuts, 62. Let's grab one of those. It's going to take care of our hunger just fine. One. Take 70. We'll eat 3/4 of this and then grab the other one in the morning. Pork doesn't add a lot of calories, so high satiety, low calorie. Fish is high satiety, high calorie. Much calories for a few cycles. Well, that handles most of the chores around the house. Time to start loading up the Oshkosh for a trip to the military checkpoint and Chapter 6. In case we want to fire up the generator and video camera and give a press release while we're up there. Press conference, rather. There we go. We have water. We have a generator. We have some food. Called jujubes and licorice food. Where's that travel bag? Put that in the Humvees. Let's grab that. Throw the carton away. Just throw the grass cuttings away. We don't need them. Travel bag contains bags, bowl, basically just things that I thought would be handy to have out in the wild. Channel. Four. Extra handy knife. Spare crowbar. off. Air hose. There. Acts. Shears. You know what? Let's bring along a pair of shears. Driving along, you see some sheep, jump off, shear them real quick, bring the wool home. Stone for sure. Then let's grab out of this travel bag. Let's grab a garbage bag. Compartment can take 15. Up to the junk food box and grab a little bit more food, sodas. We can get up to 15 on that. Rum. Must be the whiskey. Good. We've got our travel bag, we've got our food bag. We've got several cans of water. .38 of 39, excellent. This compartment, crowbar looks pretty beat up, and we've already got a spare in our travel bag. 32 of 39 here, so we've got room for a little bit more water. crowbar up here in the damaged bin. I don't think there's anything we can do with it, but just throw it up here for now. Yeah, we did pick up an extra wood saw, okay. And apparently I was looking for the sledgehammer earlier, couldn't see it, but apparently it was right there. Roof rack empty. Main storage bin on that side empty. Crowbar we have on us right now is in good shape. Got a spare crowbar in the bag. Last thing I want to do is look at those spears. All the bins over here are empty, so check that. That's our bring home bins. I want to take a look at these spears out here and see what it's going to take to fire harden them, since we now have that recipe. Let's see if that makes spears not totally suck. Open fire. That includes the fireplace in the house. Oh, did I just come up here without twigs? Yeah, I did. Burning books. Magazines. Burning old newspaper. Totally. There we go. So the condition starts out at, what, I don't know, about 40%. Fire hardening is how you get it up to 100. Oh, that gave us carving XP every time. Oh, we're getting close. Put these in the truck, try them out when we get up there. See if they suck less than they did. Till they support the mod that I used in 41 for better spears over the 42. I just haven't seen any good spear options yet. It's definitely my choice. Not going to get into firearms just yet, but I'm going to get into a helmet. Definitely got some holes in our gear, so we're going to get tailoring up so we can patch these up and get the best possible bonus on them. I think what I'm going to be doing is going to be pretty low risk since we're going to do very, very careful pulls and have the truck right there as a retreat point. So we're at least ready to drive up to the checkpoint and start to clear that first section. That's going to be chapter 6. This is the end of chapter 5. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I'm going to stop here, and the next video will be chapter 6, the beginning of that. The farm is in pretty good shape. I like how it looks. We're ready to garden as soon as we can get some rain, and the animals are not in their final position, but they're getting close to it. So now it's time to go out and start actually breaking into the military checkpoint so we can get some gear there, some ammo, and bags. I want to get some military backpacks. And then, of course, is to go through the other fence and open up Louisville and pull in there and see the military checkpoint in this game was significantly more populated than it was for me in 41. So I don't know what Louisville's going to look like. We could get through that gate and there's just a sea of people. If it's anything like the checkpoint was. I don't know. We'll see. That's going to be chapter 6. You guys are hanging out and enjoying it. I hope that 4 people are actual people and not ghosts or something like that. So, anyways, guys, leave me a comment. Let me know that you were watching, that you're real, and that you were enjoying it or something. And I appreciate you hanging out with me. See you in chapter 6. This is Ace. I'm out of here.